So the Meg was directed by John Turteltaub. The Meg is a story that comes from a book that deals with a prehistoric animal that is pretty much running loose in our modern times. And if that sounds familiar, then... But the Meg actually turned out to be like this really fun and completely hilarious film. The Meg is the best 90s shark movie ever. Or, and this is also plausible, the Meg is like a close second to Deep Blue Sea. In fact, let's call it that. Let's call it Deep Blue Sequel. Everything that you need for a good 90s film is there in the Meg, with the added benefit of like quality visuals. Like, it's really good to see it. Like, I always tell people go in IMAX to see it, but I was sitting down there watching the Meg and I realized, okay, fine, I give up. All movies need to be seen in IMAX. It's just that simple. For me, I sat down there chuckling at the film, not because the film was expressly funny, but A, it was wildly entertaining, and B, for me, it was like everything that I can expect from a shark film was in it, and yet I wasn't exactly like, I wasn't bored, I didn't have much of an issue with it. It turned out to be a fun ride, and that's what I think cinema should be. Not all the time you're going to go and get like an interstellar experience. Not all the time are you going to have to deal with like a Planet of the Apes kind of vibe. But sometimes you just want to go into the cinema just to have a good laugh or to just enjoy a flick. And I think The Meg is one of those things. It's one of those movies where you're just going in to enjoy it and take it for what it is. More than a high-functioning Sharknado, but at the same point in time, don't go in there expecting, dynamic dialogue and, the most popping of thought processes. It's not going to happen. That's not what it is for. I have to admit, going into the Meg, that's funny. I kind of had, I wouldn't say low expectations, but I kind of was just laughing my head off about the idea of it. Oh my god, it's another shark movie. It's actually, a multi-million-dollar shark movie, because we all know that the guys at Sci-Fi, or the guys and gals at Sci-Fi, don't have the budget that is required. So, we deal with these rancid-looking ghost shark, or 6 Sharknadoes, or desert shark, or Sharktopus, or I don't know what the hell, man, Sci-Fi. So I kind of went in with that. And the fact that it's a Jason Statham movie, you kind of have your own bias.
He looks heroic, but he's kind of got a negative attitude.
Not that Jason Statham isn't a good actor. The hilarity is that Jason Statham's films, for me, are always very B. That, for me, was like the pinnacle of my Jason experience. And then, of course, when he showed up in Fast and Furious and The Expendables. That being said, Jason Statham really knows how to work this film. And I looked at him and I was saying to myself, and I was saying to some friends, that Jason needs to be in a superhero movie. Like, tiny spoiler. There's this one scene where, something happens in the water and he runs back from the camera and he runs and just takes off his jacket and goes to get the wetsuit and dives directly into the ocean. And I'm like, this is some superhero level crap. This is hilarious. I feel like Jason really should get approached by like a Marvel or a DC and be given an actual superhero role. I mean, God knows the man is built for it, so let's give him that. Ruby Rose. What I liked about seeing Ruby Rose, even though her time was minimal, for me, I was kind of gauging her performance to see how she would make as Batwoman. So I sat there watching her interactions, watching how she reacted to certain scenes and stuff, and I was like, okay, well done, Ruby Rose. And while I'm here on the topic of Ruby Rose, can we all just not be part of the weaponized fandom? The fact that this is actually now a thing in the universe is absolutely ridiculous, but I digress. Rainn Wilson is the multi-billion-dollar benefactor in this film. He wasn't a scene stealer, but at the same point in time, the scenes that he was in worked quite nicely.
Why don't you just put a tracker on it? Did you guys ever watch Shark Week?
I think that this is a nice way to kind of just close off this summer season. Is there a possibility of having a sequel? Who knows? They might do the Jaws thing and try to, well, you know, Jaws it up and give us like a the MEG 2 or the MEG 3, because the story lends itself to that. And I kind of really want to now go back and read the book or get the audiobook, because like I said, it is based on a book. It was cut to be more PG-13. It was supposed to have a little bit more gore and a little bit more of a punch and make it more of an R-rated film, but it turned into being a PG-13 film because, again, summer money. Which is, by the way, the same kind of crap that's happening to Venom. Venom was originally meant to be an R-rated flick, and now it's going to be a hard PG-13 kind of something because, well, you know, money. So that's the thing happening. So I feel like maybe if there was more of the R rating, we might have gotten just a little bit more out of the MEG. It might have moved from being a chuckle-worthy 90s flick into a serious depiction of a shark movie, I guess. Is there such a thing as a serious depiction of a shark movie?
Please, tell me what that is.
There were some times during the film where I was like, this might come across as bad, but I really did feel like, oh, good grief, shark, just eat somebody, do something. Like, you know, like, you're a shark, it's a shark movie. You're going there knowing that, you know, people are going to die. And don't get me wrong, people died and there was a whole lot of shark things happening. But it really needed, I think it really could have done with the R. Like, there was so much more things that could have been done with the idea of a megalodon, prehistoric shark with his mouth just kind of going through, you know, the ocean. You could have had fun with that. You could have literally swallowed an entire sea bathing group of people and have legitimate fun with that. So maybe hoping that, you know, next time studio heads leave the things to be as they should and we can enjoy it for what it's meant to be. Even though it's PG-13, should you walk with your kids? Nah, I personally wouldn't. But I feel like if they're like about 14 or something and you want to have like a last weekend hoorah before, you know, you go through the process of wrapping school books and all that kind of crap, by all means, go to see it. And see it in IMAX for that level of funness. So that's it. That's the MEG. That's everything that I can think of. One of the best 90s action films that they have out. And yes, it's tropey. No, the dialogue isn't award-winning. But oh my God, if I walked out there having a good time, having had a good time, I suspect that you will too. That's it for the MEG. I will see you again for, I don't know what. There's a few things that I have to get done. Maybe some TV reviews. Yeah, we can do that. We will talk again soon. Don't forget to subscribe.